Good morning.
Coffee.
Let's pull all the things up. There we go. How is everyone today? I see that again. I sit down in front of the lights and need to fix my glasses.
See, I've already fixed mine.
No, you already did yours?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Oh. Just a few moments. A few moments late. Hi, everybody.
Alright, says, do you need a bigger bowl?
So, I probably would not have normally poured quite this much cereal. I would have done a little bit less. But it was the end of the bag. We went to Costco on Tuesday, and we got more cereal, and we got more
Milk. The
And
two
this-
things in cereal.
And this was the cereal from last time, and we had run out of milk, so I didn't eat it. So now I'm like, well, I'm gonna finish. Oh god, oh boy.
You do that.
I'm working on it. Hold on. Yes, this is the CTC.
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's good. It's sat in the cabinet for, a few weeks with just this little amount in the bag.
What did you get this time? Because you didn't get Cinnamon Toast Crunch this time.
Frosted mini wheats.
That's what you got.
Hold on. Cinnamon toast. Thank you, NDL. It is going to be a little unwieldy, though.
So you need to eat it, yeah.
For like the first.
That's fine. If you hand me back the keyboard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, yeah, you're more than
Thank you.
welcome.
Sapphire Rebecca gifted a sub to Slowpoke.
Slow.
Pickletron resub 12 months. And says, you know the rules and so do I. Because I did it again.
Did I just get rickrolled? Is that what that...
Chaz resub 28 months and said, thanks Pickletron for the multi-month.
Thank you, Pickletron. I know Chaz appreciates that.
Jolly Roger Gay resub 27 months. This is a 27 club you actually want to be in.
I don't know what the other 27 club is.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I do not get the reference.
Ryan VO6 sent 300 bits. You are now reminded that it's been a year since your last haircut. How do you feel about that?
So that was actually one of the things I talked about on the vlog yesterday. And I went and I looked up the
video?
Yeah, the vlog from last year to see the moment I got it cut. And for one, it's funny when I hold my hair up and I'm like, look, it needs cut, it's so long. And I'm like, ha, you got a big storm coming. And then the next clip is me with the short hair. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta have short hair because, like, if I don't have short hair, like, it's not me. I'm not myself. And I'm thinking, that's not true.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Renee said that too.
So. Sorry, I understand the 27 club thing now. I've never heard it called that, though. Anyway. Yeah.
I am most excited about having new coffee creamer because I was out.
And you, not being a complete sociopath, cannot drink coffee black.
Mm-hmm. Hello, sweetheart.
Okay.
Do you want snuggles? Let me move my legs so you can have legs. Even though Steven obviously has legs. Come on.
Oh, there's so much Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh my god. I'm getting there.
Camium123 resubbed 27 months and said, just loving this so far. Thank you.
I was gonna say this morning.
27 months so far.
Yeah. I thought maybe it was for this morning, but it was posted during the countdown timer. But then I was like, well, maybe Kami just really likes countdown timers. Which would also be fair.
Hi, sweetheart. Oh, you've decided to go under the table.
Come here. There you go.
He had to make a choice between two laps, and he did not choose mine.
He is not interested in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Trademark 13 sent 300 bits. Morning, Stephen Mal. How are you doing? I got up early today to make French toast casserole, which should be done shortly. I just can't wait to try it.
French toast casserole.
You basically, like, put bread and all of the French toast stuff in a casserole dish and then bake it.
Oh, that's interesting. I want to. Someone tweet me a picture of that. I want to see it.
It gets a little bit of a different texture, but it's all the same flavors.
And it's gonna be like. It's gonna be big, right? Because it's a casserole dish.
Yeah.
Neat. I want to see it.
The Korgos is fun fact. Stephen is 70% leg.
Now I'm like genuinely curious.
How much leg?
What percentage leg am I?
Well,
It's hard to find out. You gotta like measure something. If I measure my whole body and then I measure just my legs.
What's your pants inseam? Your pants. The second number is the inseam.
36.
So 36 inches compared to 12 times 6 plus 6.
6.5 feet.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what the math is. It's slightly less than half. But also, when people say legs, you know, what they're really saying is like from your waist down.
Oh.
That's the real, like, if you're gonna not count my ankles down, then you're losing out on some valuable.
That's true. You do have feet.
I do have feet. So, if you
that
add
was a
in,
measurement that I knew we could figure out.
if you add in my ankles, you know, down to the ground, I don't know if that's. Is that 6 inches? I don't know. Listen, I promise that I will attempt to get this information to find out exactly the percentage of me that is leg.
Peach Keen said 300 bits. Has Steven heard the restored SNES soundtracks with the original uncompressed samples? I recommend listening to Donkey Kong Country, Your Childhood, in HD. Can't wait for Earthbound to be restored.
Yep. I've heard that before. In fact, I think Donkey Kong Country is the only one I've heard, actually. And it's a cool idea, and I highly recommend it to anyone who has, you know, grown up with some of these old titles to give it a listen, because it is. That's the best way to describe it. It's like listening to this music in HD, big air quotes. So, yeah, give it a listen. Really good.
Sorry, I just had a bite of yogurt while you were talking.
No, you're fine. I've had like 50 bites of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Sometimes, I don't know what it is. Sometimes you get a hard bite. Like something in the cereal is hard. Like in Cinnamon Toast Crunch specifically. I'm like, what happened to that one? Anyway, sorry.
What happened? Courtney D. Smith resubbed 11 months. Hey, grandparents. I had a dream that you were streaming from my living room for some reason. And chat wanted me to get on camera, but I didn't want to. That's it. That was the dream. Have a good day.
I love bizarre dreams. Like, of all of the ones that you can have, my favorite are ones where you wake up and you're like, what? Even ones that are like far more outlandish than that one too. Just bizarre ones. One of my favorite dreams I've ever had was the dream about God. Who was it? The guy in the just had all of the china cabinets.
Oh yeah, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. And like Danny DeVito was like mad about the Blu-ray player. And, like, he was just walking down the hallway, and he had... I forget what he had now. Was it, like, a hammer, or... He had something. He was definitely going to kill me. He was absolutely going to commit murder. But I escaped from his house that was, like, nothing but china cabinets. No, I don't remember all the specifics. I definitely told it on a breakfast stream or something. I'm not sure how long ago it was.
Kazumi sent 300 bits over a year on
Baseball
haircut.
bat. Yeah, baseball bat. 1 year. I don't think I make it to 2.
No.
I think something like it's scissors will touch it. I don't know if I'm gonna like. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it long, but I might. I might keep it long. I don't know yet. But if I keep it long, it'll get trimmed up or something. Something will occur to make it more shapely and not whatever's currently happening.
Your hair is so shapely.
Is that the word?
It will be shapely. Armored Frog resubbed 25 months. 25 months. I wish it came at a better time as we're about a third through Oklahoma's longest below freezing stretch in our history, and I'm not doing great overall. Yay for stress. I'm sorry to hear about the stress.
Also...
And the cold, because cold's not fun.
If it's any consolation, you can tell yourself that you're living through history. Because that's... Well, I mean, that's literally historic.
That's kind of how
sucks,
I felt
though.
This year. Like, so I can sympathize, because we had record hurricane season. And it was just like, oh, we're breaking these records. Yeah. So I totally sympathize with the weather part.
There's been a lot of extreme weather in just the past few weeks all across the country. Because, the Northeast got hit with all the... Whatever the word is,
Snow?
Well, yeah, but I was trying to, like... There's a word...
Nor'easter?
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm looking for. So... A lot of the country is experiencing some extreme weather, but it sounds like Oklahoma's getting some really bad stuff specifically.
There's a polar vortex that came down. And that sends snow really far. Or cold really far down.
Our weather has been bizarre because they were like... They told us that this week we could possibly have snow. And we're like, okay, so we're preparing for that. On Tuesday, I wore a t-shirt because it was 70 degrees. And I'm like, what? So I wore a t-shirt, and then later this week, it's like the low is supposed to be like 26 or something like that. And I'm like, okay, so we're really up, and then we're going to be down again. And now they're like, okay, but next week actually be careful for snow. And I'm like, oh my god. Today we have a high of 63. So this is really warm for compared to what it's been, because it's been probably closer to like the low 50s. So all of a sudden now it's like 60s and 70s. I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening.
TKS resub 6 months? 6 months, yeah. Wow, time flew.
Double plus.
Time has been very fast lately, I feel like. Throwdown sent 300 bits. I routinely go 11 months between haircuts. In honor of Breath of the Wild, I made a decision to join Steve in not cutting my hair till the end of the game.
Oh, nice. I mean, we don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but we're estimating a few months. Oh, hey, this is a good opportunity to let people know about the additional stream that's happening.
Oh, yeah. The additional stream.
So as you all know, tomorrow is Friday. And Friday at, what time do we do it? 8 p.m.? 8 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we do Breath of the Wild. That's exciting. We're all excited about that. However, in addition, we're doing a stream Sunday night. It's very unusual for us. We don't normally stream on Sunday, but we're doing a special stream because it's Valentine's Day. And it'll start at 5 p.m. Eastern. And it will be Bowser's Fury, provided by Nintendo. Thanks, Nintendo. So, look forward to that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be part game. We're going to be playing through it a little bit, and then also we're going to have dinner. That'll be part of the stream, is there will be food. So it'll be kind of like a mix of game stream and casual chat, just chatting stream. Yeah, it's not the most romantic game, but the idea behind it was a co-op game, because life is co-op. Aw, it's not the most romantic. Ours is. Not the most romantic thing I've ever said, but sure. So we're playing Bowser's Fury because that's co-op. Also, I'd been really hoping that Bowser's Fury would be 4-player, so we could have Alex and Haley back to do it, but it turns out it's not 4-player, it's 2-player, and I'm like, alright, it's 2-player, so me and Mal we'll just do it. So we're gonna stream it on Valentine's Day. Yeah. And we'll see how far we get that day. We'll see. It's certainly possible that we'll beat it. I've started to read it. My suspicion, when I first saw them talk about it, I was like, I bet this game is like 2 to 3 hours long. Reviews are coming out, and the game is 2 to 3 hours long. Admittedly, if you 100% it, if you go for all of the things, it can take it can take closer to like 5 or 6 hours. But just playing through it start to finish just to beat it is like maybe 3 hours. So Bowser's Fury is not a terribly long mode, but yeah. But don't fret, by the way, because we'll be back with Alex and Haley at some point in the future. Trust me, they're gonna be in something. I just had too much fun playing Cat World with them, so.
These are berries coins.
Also, there's a lot of other 4-player Mario games, so like we legit may just play one of those with them at some point. I miss them. I miss them a lot.
Do they know that? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've talked to them about it. Yeah. So there's New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, but also there's also just like straight up like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Mm-hmm. I assume that these are all different games with different levels, and that because of that, we should probably start with the very first one, which is Wii.
We could go backwards.
I mean, we could. Or we could go forward. Anyway. Yeah, and there's Kirby games that are 4-player. So, we'll see.
Renee says it comes out on Maddie's birthday, so I might get it for her. Bowser's Fury does? The Cat World part of it, I can speak for and say it's very good.
So Cat World comes out tomorrow. And like I can wholeheartedly recommend Cat World to people. Like absolutely, it's an extremely good game. It is an extremely good cooperative game. There will be frustrations related to accidentally
needing actual help from people.
Like I was gonna say you accidentally kill your friends a lot because
you pick them up.
The button to attack is the same button as lift friend. And, like, it's frustrating, but not in a way that diminishes from the game. It's good because there's a lot of humor in, whoops, I tossed you off the cliff.
Yeah.
And also the camera is bad. I will say the camera is pretty bad. There's parts where, like, the camera is, you really need it to do something, and it's clearly not going to do it, and you're like, all right. That being said, still, I think probably, I bet it's probably one of the better games for Switch. And
Do you mean Wii U?
No, Switch, because
Okay.
it's on Switch now.
Oh, okay.
It's a game that absolutely deserved to be ported.
Mm-hmm.
It's super fun, and it's fun with more people. And I think it's a really good Mario game too.
Yeah.
It's a really good Mario game. Mm-hmm. I did Doodle. They made the characters faster. So, I mean, we're not gonna be replaying through Cat World. We're gonna be playing specifically Bowser's Fury. But if anyone was like on the fence about it, watch the Cat World LP. and now it has online, so you can like play with other people. And Nintendo, I heard that Nintendo recently ripped out their Windows 95 servers, so they could replace them. So here's to hoping that the online experience is, really good. Anyway, that's Sunday at 5. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. We got 500 bits from James EP. It says, good morning. For some reason, my brain decided to wake me up early, so I'm happy I get to catch Breakfast Stream live. Keep in mind, I'm a West Coaster, so that'll give you an idea of how early it is. Sometimes you just wake up. And like, generally, if you wake up and you
Feel awake?
it's kind of pointless to just lay in bed. Because if you know you're not going to fall back asleep, then you're just wasting time. It's kind of nice, actually. That happens to me sometimes, too. And I assume that what will happen is I'll get tired again.
Yeah.
But I figure that's fine. I can, I can just go to sleep if I need to. In a few hours, I could be like, well, I'll just take a little nap or something. We get.
I need to grab another something. I'll be back.
Grab a something.
Yeah. You want anything?
No.
Okay.
I just had a big old bowl of cereal.
I know you did.
No, it says,
Bye.
is it a waste of time if you're comfortable, though? You knocked your yogurt onto the floor.
It's empty.
Why aren't you not taking your yogurt with you?
I don't know, but I will now. It's fine.
You got yogurt spoon on the ground.
I know. I'll grab a paper towel. It's fine.
It's fine. Anyway, no. It's not necessarily a waste of time. There's something to be said about being awake, staying in the bed, and just having, like, this, like, chill moment where you're just kind of like... I like to... On days where I can, I like to wake up and just kind of sit in bed, not for terribly long, maybe like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and just kind of... I sit up because we have the... It's not a... Well, it's kind of a headboard. It's like the headboard that you stick on. So I can sit up in bed, I have my head up against that, and I'll just look on at things on my phone for like 10 or 15 minutes. Sometimes I'll check email or something before I actually get out of bed. And I like that. I like that. It's not how I start every day, but I do like to start my days like that. It's nice. My, the thing I was talking about was more like, if you wake up and then you just head still on pillow attempting to sleep even though you secretly know that your brain is super alert and you're just not going to fall asleep again. That I can't. I cannot support that. If I need to either be like relaxing, like sitting up in bed, or just get up, just start moving. We got 7 months from Desitel Racing. 7 amazing months. Y'all are the best. Thank you. I really appreciate that. We also have 500 bits from Newcomer Approaching. Good news, y'all. I have a job interview next week and, for a job I really want. I'm so excited and nervous. Good vibes. I can't make any claims for what the good vibes do, but I will say that we have a high return on wishing good vibes and then folks reporting back that interviews went well. So I'm hoping that, you know, that is the same situation here.
Bless you, Taco Bell.
Mug? Sorry, it's the 1960. You got it. That was 1962 bits from Risa Luca. This says, morning grandparents. Hello from quarantine. My friend tested positive 2 days ago. My friends and I have gone into strict solitary quarantine on campus for 2 weeks, during which time my birthday falls. I will come out of my room a whole year older. Can we get some good vibes for the next 2 weeks? Yes. Yes. Good vibes. Man, it's been a weird year, and it continues to, like, because this whole thing is not over, it continues to be a weird year. Just the idea of I will come out of my room a whole year older. I get it. I get it. It kind of feels like, in a way, I mean, we got another month, right, until the pandemic had been announced a year ago. I feel like I will emerge from my house a year older, in a way. So much. So much, and yet so little happened in 1 year. Anyway. Bless you, Taco Bell. We got 17 months from Padawan Becca. Thank you, Becca. 16 months from Pink Double X Kiss. Ahem. 16! Thank you. 8 months from Spooky Boy River. Says 8 months. Exciting. We got Leet Bits 1337 from Scolopendra, who says EBDB. No idea what that is. 29 months from Ann B. Walsh. My sub is X months long, where X equals Made of Angels minus good plus a pure number. I give you Stephen math. Made of Angels. That's good. 3 plus a pure number. So for 25 is a pure number. Boom, math. I think the saddest part is I did the math on that. I think that's the saddest part. It's like, that was an equation where I was like, alright. 7 minus 3 is 4, plus a pure number is 25. Cool. I still don't know, like, the specifics of, like, what a pure number is. Like, asking me, like, what's a pure number? Like, I don't know. But I figured out the other numbers. Oh my god, that's what an X is. That's with an X. When you're solving for X, it's the one you don't know, but you know the other ones. I just did algebra. Wow. 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 Huh. Alright. Neat. Okay, no more algebra. It's the one and only time. It's the one and only time where I'm like, huh, algebra. I learned the basis of algebra. If only my teachers in high school. Middle school? When do you learn algebra? You learn algebra in 8th grade, right? Yeah, that sounds right. Or like pre-algebra or something. You definitely learn algebra earlier. Yeah. I mean, I learned I learned pre-algebra in 8th grade. But also, it seems, I'm under the impression that that over time they move the information that they teach kids earlier. So I learned algebra. I mean, I took algebra in 10th grade. I think I took pre-algebra in 8th grade. I think that's what it was. But it seems like they move stuff back. Yeah, so like Christine says, I had algebra in 6th grade. Yeah, I think as time marches forward, that I mean, the kids are getting smarter. It's basically what it's about, is they're teaching higher level math and higher level, academics at an earlier age. But like, that's good if they could, if they can get it. Yeah, I'm almost certain that pre-algebra was different from algebra 1. So yeah, 8th grade I was doing pre-algebra. Please let kids be kids and not have them do algebra at 10. Also a fair point. That's a good counterpoint. That's a good counterpoint. I think the big thing for me is whenever I hear about schools that are putting less emphasis on physical education, which I think is like super important, especially because like kids, especially younger kids, like they have energy and they need to expel the energy. Like getting rid of recess is like, don't do that. They have to run around. They got to do that. You got to let them run.
Coffee.
Anyway, finish my coffee. 10 months from Broken Dylan. Thank you. 17 months from Explosive Joseph. Good morning, grandparents. School was canceled for me today, so I'm able to watch live for the first time in forever. Do I get a second bomb child at 18 months? Yep. You do. It's just how it works. So you got one more month to go on that. Welcome back. 300 bits from Trademark 13. I sent the tweet of my French toast casserole. I hope I did it right. I may or may not have made a Twitter account during stream. Welcome to Twitter. There's a lot of people that have made Twitter accounts just for the purpose of either following us or following, other YouTube folks that they watch. Or in some cases, there's quite a few folks that have made Twitter accounts just for tweeting the crunch art. Actually, there's been quite a few folks that have done that. Twitter can be fine.
Yeah.
Twitter. Emphasis is can. Twitter can be fine. If you spend a lot of time on it, it can slowly melt your brain and make you crazy. But if you're just using it for certain purposes, it's fine. 7 months from Jithy Picard. Good morning. It's been a bit since I could join for a breakfast stream, but I am here and off from work. Nice. Enjoy your day off. It's a good opportunity for hot chocolate. How's that doing, by the way? It's impressive.
Yeah.
That's really impressive because it looks as if hot chocolate has just been around for a long time, and it really hasn't. When did we introduce that? 2 weeks into January?
I don't remember the date.
Also, I just pulled up the thing, and now I'm remembering that I warmed the camera.
You did warm the camera.
And now I'm like, did I overdo it?
I think you did.
Did I overdo it a little bit? I had just... Starhawks. I'd warmed the camera because on Tuesdays, it seemed almost too cold to me. And I was like, I don't know. We'll talk about it before the stream ends. Maybe I'll adjust it. 300 bits from Goldmage, who says, no parrot facts, have some Stephen Plays facts. A pure number, a whole number, untouched by sin, is 25. Because Mal took that many Pikmin and claimed it was so while Stephen freaked out. I vaguely remember that. Man, I'm so glad that there's more Pikmin.
Yeah.
I'm glad that there's a little more Pikmin to play, because I've actually been having a lot of fun with it.
You gotta try it single player. Just do, like, a couple days.
Okay. 30 bits from Jithy Picard, He says, I took algebra in 7th grade and geometry in 8th, so I could do trig and calc plus AP calc and stats in high school. See, that was a year earlier than what I did. Because, well, I took geometry in 9th. And I took pre-algebra in 8th.
Coffee!
That sounds right.
That's what I did.
That sounds right. But also, I did not take trig and calc. I don't even know what those are. I'm gonna be honest. If you were to show me 2 math problems and say which is trig and which is calc, I would have no basis for understanding. None. I don't even understand what those mean. I just don't. Anyway, I owe people some camera talk at some point. But maybe
you're
we'll
going
just
to talk about the lights.
Yeah, maybe we'll collectively adjust the white balance. 300 bits from Raxo says, the Rowlet gang strikes again. Rowlet rock. Finally did see that everyone had changed their name to Rowlet. I do not understand why, but I don't want to know. I just want to enjoy the Rowlets and be like, don't tell me where they came from. Kazuyama gifted a sub to the 8-bit drummer. Hey, Jared. Thank you, Kazi. 30 bits from a Velly Belly. Hi, grandparents. I just found out yesterday that I'm graduating college.
Congratulations.
Nice. Congrats. It's an exciting thing. We get 11 months from Jillips, who says, oh, hey, 11 months. I'm heading to the bank soon to move some money around so I can pay for a PC. I'm looking forward to playing games on something other than a laptop. Nice. Nice. I hope that you, I mean, I don't know if you're building it. If you're building it, I hope that you can get all the parts that you want. Because I know that can still be an issue. It's not so much that it's an issue. Well, I mean, it is an issue. But some of the parts are still like, you're just basically watching Newegg's Twitter account waiting for them to be like, here they are. And then they're just, poof, they're gone so quickly. Oh, okay. Already built. Someone's just selling one to me. So, Carly's boyfriend, Kyle. People know Kyle, right? So Kyle actually...
She's here this morning.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Well, hi, Carly. Kyle actually just got a PC and was in the same boat. Kyle wanted to build a PC, could not get parts, but wanted to, you know, be able to play games. So actually bought a computer from someone on Facebook?
I don't remember where she said.
Somewhere. So actually just bought a computer someone was selling. And, like, it sucks. It totally sucks. I mean, I'm glad that people can get a computer. I'm just really mad that computer parts are still unavailable. Has it been a year? Has it been a year?
Almost.
Now that, like, if you want a GPU, it's like, well, we're sorry. We don't have them. It's just really upsetting. Anyway. Yeah, Brandon's in the same boat. I've been trying to build a computer since November, and yeah. Well, the pandemic's part of it, but not all of it. That's not the only problem. That's one part of it. The other problem is that people are still buying GPUs for mining. Yeah.
Carly says, Mal, tell them why everyone should be proud of me. Last night, Carly beat Mario 64 for the first time 100%.
People may remember from the Mario 64 Let's Play that we did.
Be proud of me.
We're proud of you, Carly. One of the reasons that Mao and I had played that is that Mao had never
beaten it. Yeah.
And Carly's in the same position.
Where we never had that game or system, and like we'd go to a friend's house and get to like run around a little bit, but
Carly played it on Switch, right? The 3D All-Star Collection?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. So, congrats, Carly. It's a good game. It's actually, it still holds up, which I think is really interesting. Kind of a testament to the level design and mechanics in Mario 64. And it's like, it's a little dated, sure, but it's still very fun. Still
Everyone's
a very
doing
fun
K
game.
for Carly, but it just seems like they're like, K.
Carly beat the game. Okay. The camera sucks. Yeah. there's part. Yeah, okay. That's not an unfair assessment. And wall jumping sucks. Yeah, once you get used to wall jumping, there's some really crazy stuff that you can do in that game. Carly, you absolutely need to
play Sunshine.
First off, no, you don't. You don't absolutely need to play Sunshine, but it's I do recommend that. What I was going to say is you should watch a speed run of Mario 64 now. If you've never watched a speed run, we like watching speed runs of games after we finish them. You should, if you've never seen a speed run of 64, you absolutely should because it's bonkers. So give that a shot at some point. It's fun to just watch.
Backwards long jumps.
Yahoo! Yahoo!
Clip through wall.
It's good. Yeah. Oh god, the half A press. I can't talk about this. 500 bits from Mayor Rails, who says, I did Algebra 1 in 8th grade, but had the option to do it in 7th grade. My mom, who at the time was a math tutor and is currently a stats professor, fully believed in the we shouldn't have kids do algebra at 10 argument, and so made me wait to take it. It's fair. It's fair. I mean, there has to be, like, some level of limit, right? Because otherwise you get to the point where kids are in kindergarten and you're like, that's X. And now let's solve for it.
See, what I think is really cool that schools are doing is they're introducing programming.
And the thing is, that's so much more valuable.
Yeah.
In a normal lifetime, are you going to use trig and calc? I assume if you're taking trig and calc, you already kind of have an interest in doing something that would require trig and calc. But programming is like, that's actual valuable stuff. But I also believe that everyone could benefit from programming, to be honest. So, anyway, people have some different opinions about things. You can. I mean, I would argue the same thing for programming about Photoshop. I feel like everyone should know Photoshop. There's a lot of times where, like, you can do things. You need to alter something. Photoshop's a great tool.
Yeah. I think the reason people need to know Photoshop is so they know what's possible with cameras and trickery. Like, so when they see an image, they know it was possible this was photoshopped.
Oh. Yeah. Sachi says everyone should know art programs. Nobody should be subjected to Photoshop. Fair. I'm not going to tell anybody what specific program to use. I use Photoshop because it's a lifetime of knowledge, and it's not going to go away. So I can't change now.
What did I use in high school? 7? Photoshop 7 before they went to Creative Suite?
Yep.
Sounds right for me. Maybe CS2?
Yep. 7 was the last one before they went to CS.
Yeah.
Version 8 is CS. Version 9 is CS2.
I think we had CS2 in high school, but I got 7
then
for my own home use.
CS 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then there is no CS 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I had bought CS 3 in college, and I had CS 3 for a long time, and then the next one I bought was CC, and now I've had a
subscription.
Yeah, I've had a subscription to CC since years ago, and I don't mind it because I have the one that's only $10.
Yeah.
I think I would mind it if I was paying more, but I don't mind it for paying $10. And I mean, I also use it professionally, so like I make money by using Photoshop, so it's fine.
And you use it all the time.
I use it every single day, so Your mileage may vary. But knowing some sort of, like, photo manipulation software is really valuable.
Like, if you're on iPad, Procreate is a godsend. Yeah, Procreate's quality iPad art software.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice to know what's possible. And also, everyone needs to alter photos at some point.
What are you doing, Kippy?
You know, like, that's just a thing you gotta do. Whether it's like, I want to crop this, I want to do this, whatever. And I guess now phones have come so far, like, even the base built-in thing does most of the stuff you'd want to do.
Like, when I taught photography for high school, we had Photoshop on our computers, but our computers were super old and very slow.
Mm-hmm.
So, doing a lot of the basic stuff on the not... What did we have? We didn't have surfaces. Whatever we used for what the kids had. Like, just doing the basic stuff on there and...
The kids.
Tricking the camera to do depth of field.
300 bits from Shy. He says, hooray, Grandpa finally learned algebra. Time for the next stage, geometry. So the sum of the internal angles of any polygon equals 180 times n minus 2, where n is the number of sides. Triangles are 180 degrees, squares are 360, and so on.
Good morning, Emil.
I feel like I'm lost. Hi, Emil. Early for Emil.
Mm-hmm.
It's not normally up this early. Welcome. Hope you had a good sleep. 28 months from Randy, who says, good morning. Quick question. As Valentine's Day gets closer, Sweethearts candy, yes or heck no, it tastes like chalk.
If they're available.
You mean the one...
But I wouldn't go buy them.
You mean the classic...
Yes, Conversation Hearts.
Conversation Hearts, right? They're not good. They're not, like...
No, they're not good.
They're really not good. Although, to be completely honest, it's been a long time since I had them.
Actually, today on...
Like elementary school?
You know how Facebook's like, 11 years ago today, here's a photo you posted.
Yeah.
Today, mine was a photo of those hearts. From college. One of my roommates had bought them. And we put them out on our little counter in our kitchen and, like, spelt out Happy Valentine's Day.
How do they compare... How do they compare to bottle caps?
Bottle caps are way better.
Okay, but it's the same consistency.
It's like Sweet Tarts versus Smarties. American Smarties. Like, you know the differences between, like, a Sweet Tart texture and a Smartie texture?
Yeah.
That's kind of like comparing bottle caps to Conversation Hearts.
Okay.
They're chalky.
Yeah.
It's like eating Tums. They may just be Tums.
When you want to eat Tums, but you know that you shouldn't probably just be chowing down on antacids, that's why you buy bottle
Tums
caps in the first place.
Sugar.
It's a good idea. You know how they came out with ZzzQuil? They need to come out with Tums Candy to compete with bottle caps. Thomas.
I hate Tums.
I hate that sentence. Thomas is like, you know what this bottle of Tum needs? Just a little sand. A little foil on the side. 3D Bits of Shy says, technically you use a version of trig and calc every day of your life. Judging walk speed? That's math. Lifting an object or adjusting light angles? That's a calculation. I mean, yeah. But the amount of math that I, estimate versus actually do is... That's... I think that's the takeaway. It's like, there's times where, like, I'll estimate a thing because I don't need to know precisely what it is. And if I wanted to actually figure something out, like, I couldn't figure it out if I wanted to. Yeah, like Penguin Frog says. Like, it would require actual measurements. And I don't know how to do them, but also the amount of times where I've needed to do that specific sort of mathematics has not been a lot. I'm just glad I don't have to do it, to be honest. I'm glad that I can just go through life and not have to think too much about math. But it's also just because it's not my job. Hey, I told you
Yeah. That the camera was too warm.
Well, I
The
don't
camera
know.
is so warm. Look at how
Okay,
yellow
okay.
the white of the Wii cases is.
Okay. All right.
Can you pull up the left half at least?
Yes. Sorry, I meant to do that actually. Okay. Well, I'll only be doing yours. Give me a sec.
Touching warm, Sapphire Rebecca says.
Touching warm. I'm feeling warm. Rah, rah, rah.
Make it warmer.
Okay, so it was.
That's
Here.
better. That's where it should be.
Well, it felt really cold to me.
It's not.
It felt really cold. So I had made it a little bit warmer, but I feel like I overdid it.
You did.
feel
But I
like
don't
overdid
think
it.
it's cold.
I
Look
think,
at the cup here. It's white.
Mallory, when you start getting into the little tiny things, okay. First off, you can't trust this. You can't trust this.
Fine.
There's only one monitor in the whole house you can trust. Nothing can be trusted. But we can use it to slowly,
Yeah.
make adjustments. So this is 5,000. This is 56. The lights are technically 56, but do I actually trust that? Not really. Not really.
No. No.
Let's do, let's split the difference and do 53.
Okay.
That's 53.
Okay.
And I think...
And later you can check it on the one monitor you can trust.
I think that looks alright. We still look maybe a little warm. But the other thing... Did we never run beans?
See, I think you look a bit yellow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Less red, more yellow is what you are now.
So let me go back to 5,000.
That looks better.
I just... You don't think this looks a little cold?
No, I don't.
Not even a little bit?
No.
What do you think about 10,000?
Perfect.
Is that perfect? We're on the surface of the sun right now. This is what the surface of the sun looks like.
Now make it cold. Super cold. Yeah.
This is 2,500. Also, I'm only playing with white balance. There's tint, so if we want it more green or more magenta. Okay. Slowly bring it up. All right. Sure.
Check it on the monitor after.
I already know what this looks like.
Okay.
I already know what this looks like because we did Tuesday's stream exactly like this.
I think it looks good.
All right. Then we'll leave it. If folks like it, then that's all that really matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's another thing I want to test. Sorry, we're in camera mode now, so y'all just have to... It's just how it's going to be. I'm gonna move around a little bit. Okay, now... You have to ignore the exposure. You have to look at the motion. You have to look at the blur. You have to take your brain and say, don't worry about Don't worry about the colors. Don't worry about the light. Only look at the blur. Can you notice any perceivable difference between those things? That's the difference between shutter angle of 180 and a shutter angle of 360. So I'm guessing probably not. Again. Thomas says if you just use a bad camera, you don't have to worry about any of this. So technically, there should be more blur. Whenever it's a little brighter like this.
I think there is, but...
So if you watch my hand,
We'll be watching something.
I'm teaching people.
And Steven's like, oh, that was 34. You can tell. And I'm like...
Common number 34.
I meant 24.
Okay, watch. I'm teaching people a little bit about how this works. Ignore the exposure. Don't think about the exposure.
Just the blur
Watch
of
my
the
hand.
fingers.
Watch my hand. Compare the blur on the hand to this. I'll start to see it. Okay. This is a lesson, by the way. This is turning into a lesson.
About camera talk.
This is, people, they gave me so much math. They're going to learn something, gosh darn it. So, that is the shutter angle, depending on the camera you use and the level of professionalism for the camera. It might be shutter speed or shutter angle. I'm not going to explain the difference right now because that is too complicated. But the gist of it is a normal shutter angle is 180 degrees. So that is the level of motion, the level of blur that is most familiar in media, normal stuff that you watch. So that's what we've always kept it at, is 180. However, you can increase the shutter angle, and when you increase the shutter angle, you allow motion blur, and as a result, you also get more exposure. It works inversely as well. So, and they taught this to us in school by using Saving Private Ryan as an example. So whenever you're watching Saving Private Ryan, the movie seems very, I don't know, jerky. And it's not that the frame rate is any different. It's that the shutter angle is really low. So this will affect the exposure inversely, so it'll be darker. But if I take the shutter angle, I can't close it completely or there won't be anything. All right, and I start doing this. I know it's dark, but the idea is that it'll seem really jerky. And the frame rate's not changing here. The frame rate isn't changing at all. All that's happening is that you're allowing less light in. And that's how you alter that sort of thing. So you might be saying, Sephiroth said, our eyes are losing frames. Kind of. Anyway, what's the takeaway here for, folks that are watching and they have a camera of their own, they know enough about cameras to adjust settings. You probably don't have shutter angle, because shutter angle is only available on cameras that are either high-end prosumer cameras or cinema cameras. But most of them will have shutter speed, and you want your shutter speed to be double your frame rate. So if you are shooting at 30 frames a second, you want your shutter speed to be 60. If you are shooting at 60 frames a second, you want your shutter speed to be double, which will be as close as you can get to 120. 120 isn't a shutter speed. You could do 125. So you just want to get as close as you can to double. The other thing to remember is that every time you double that shutter speed I just showed you all, when you make that shutter speed higher, it gets darker, which means that if you're shooting at 30 frames per second and you want to start shooting at 60 frames a second, it'll get darker.
So then you need to compensate by changing the ISO or the aperture.
And it works the other direction. If you drop your frame rate to 24, that means you get more light. So the frame rate that you choose actually does have an effect on the exposure of your image, which is really neat. It's just really cool. It also means that if you're shooting really, really high frame rate video, and everyone can relate to this because people have phones now that they do 120 frames a second, 240 frames a second. If you've ever shot something like that and it seemed darker, it was darker. It was a lot darker. You won't notice it if you're outside because you have the sun, but if you're shooting it inside, one of two things are going to happen. Either it's going to get darker, or your phone's going to compensate by cranking the ISO super high, so it's going to be really grainy and noisy. Anyway, there you go. You always are doubling the shutter speed to your frame rate. If you're shooting 240 frames a second, that means your shutter speed at the normal shutter angle of 180 degrees is 480. That's super high. Mr. Game Boy, shutting this off. Mallory, you don't have a game for me. You don't have a game for me. Oh man, I can't believe it. And how we are going hunting. Oh, with a bow, not bow. I originally read bow hunting and I was thinking that's wrong. But I still attempted to make it into a song. Can't wait to hunt bows. Bows. You hunt with your bows. It's bow hunting. Bow. Why don't they spell it like B-O-E?
Because it's also, bow hunting.
Also, this isn't just bow hunting. This is Matthew's bow hunting. I should have clarified. Do you play as Matthew? Is that... Oh, that's a company. Of course it is. What's this say here? Bienvenue. Bienvenue Dan's Matthews bow hunting. You're gonna make Brandon cry. Mr. Game Boy, thank you. Mr. Game Boy said, no more camera talk, Mal, grab a game from behind you. Take a bow, Steven. Shploing. Also, I had some alerts I wasn't reading. I was too busy talking about cameras.
Uh-huh.
We got this up from Haze of Taz. Welcome. Also, welcome, and I hope you enjoyed all of that. 5 months from Chris Jew 32. Thank you. Thank you. That is the nose a bow makes. Boing. That's exactly how you do it. Anyway, I hope people, learn something. If you're going to teach me about math, I am going to teach you a few things about cameras. And there's stuff that is of value in there that can apply to everyone, which is why I try to give information that I think can at least be helpful. Like fully explaining why shutter angle is the way it is, and like what the difference between shutter angle and shutter speed. Like that's not inherently helpful to people, but the other parts of it can be valuable.
Do you know how ISO works with film?
It's different stock. Like it's different
film.
Yeah, you have to.
Do you know why? Why that is? How they do that?
No. Is it a chemical process or something?
There's little tiny grains on the film, and they're like smaller on.
Okay.
Because like in traditional black and white photography, like they get more opaque on the film to block light to develop.
I did not know that. But also, I'm not in a...
Yeah. Film.
Yeah, I don't do that. The only time I've had to learn
that
the only time I've had to work with film at all was for one class.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the silver.
Anyway. There's a few more alerts, and then we'll actually start wrapping up early. because I guess I have some stuff to do. I'm a little behind on vlogs. I'm working on it. It's just because last week was massive. But it's a work in progress. 300 bits from Trademark 13. What happens if we fail the photography test, Steven?
Coffee.
You just don't get credit.
You just
but don't
don't get
worry.
credit. You just don't get credit.
There wasn't a tuition, so.
It's alright. There will be more opportunities. 300 bits from Shy says, fun fact, since you're waving so much, in Greek culture, an open palm towards someone is called a moutsa, and is a stronger version of flipping the bird. This is extra funny since the Greek peninsula is shaped like a hand. I feel like we may have learned that.
Maybe. Maybe they mentioned it.
Whenever we were in Greece. I feel like they may have taught us that. But it's been a while, and I don't remember. 300 bits from Aldo says, Mr. George, will this be on the final? I can't, you know, you joke, but at some point there might be a test. How fun would it be if everyone shows up to breakfast stream one morning and I'm like, all right, sit in your desk.
Here's a Google form.
Everyone has to fill out this test. It could be fun. Hey, it's Peggy. Zeta Program 142 says, Professor Peggy has been summoned. Time to stop the camera talk and have some relaxing time by learning to meditate. All right, Professor Peggy. I think we've had enough camera talk for this morning. Just little bite-sized bits. Little bite-sized bits. And everyone will collectively, hopefully, learn something. Maybe in the future what I'll do is I'll just try and take, like, one camera question. Just one per stream. We'll get it out of our systems that way. 300 bits from Cabri says, I enjoy camera talk, both videography and photography. I'm slowly learning photography, hopefully more, now that I'm out of school. Photography is something that I still struggle with, because I understand all of the basic principles of videography, but I don't actually do photography that much. There's just not a lot of like need for it. And whenever I take a photo, I'm doing what most everyone else does. I use the stuff on my phone. And I let a lot of it be automated. Whenever it's fun though to like if we're somewhere and I'm shooting stuff with the vlog camera, to occasionally switch over,
take some photos,
and take photos. But I'm, you know, there's still so much that I don't intrinsically know. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. 300 bits from Raxo says, I do apologize for Mr. Game Boy. What was that about? Lens closing and light entering? I missed that last bit. Remind me Tuesday, and if people really want to know about shutter angle, I'll explain it. I'll try and explain it. 500 bits from Mr. Game Boy says, if you give us a camera test, that means we all get to make a test about our fields that you have to take. I already took a test on Tuesday about Pokemon. And I think I failed. I think I failed. The future breakfast stream is just people sending in like one question alerts about their field and then me failing every single thing.
Anyway.
It's fine. It's fine. Chess6, it's funny. NDL says, learn about taxes, Steve. I mean, in fairness, I've learned much more about taxes than I ever thought I would have to. And like, I don't know everything, obviously, but I learned more about it than I ever thought I would. I've come a long way from it's time to sit down for 3 full days and write down things from receipts. At least there's been some advancement there. Thank God.
Tomorrow is Breath of the Wild. Sunday is going to be Valentine's Day stream, playing Bowser's Fury and having dinner.
Tomorrow's stream is 8 p.m. Eastern. Sunday's stream is 5 p.m. Eastern.
Vlogs will be coming.
Yeah, I have
one came out last night.
Yeah, I released a vlog last night. I released February 1st, and I have February 2nd done.
Is Imagine Party Babies today?
Yes,
yeah.
Imagine Party Babies is today. Imagine Party Babies is today. So it's I don't want to say it's objectively the best game in Extra Life. I think it's subjective, but gosh darn it, it has an extremely good moment in it. Like a really, really good moment in it. So, I recommend it. Lunar New Year's Eve. Oh man. There is a thing happening with Lunar Eve. It's a real thing. You better believe. I would say that it is going to be soon, but I guess it's today. It has to do with the moon, cause that's lunar. Moon is lunar. I'm showing off the words that I know. Also, egg. No, egg's not a word that I know. I mean, it is, but cake egg. Cake egg. Someone help me. I'm going to flounder a lot here.
Those aren't this time of year.
Oh. Wait, what? That's not this time of year?
No. Mooncakes?
Yeah, mooncake. That's it, mooncake.
Those were for a different holiday, right?
Why would they call it Lunar New Year and then not do mooncake?
Mid-Autumn Festival.
Why is it called mooncake if it's Lunar Festival?
Mooncakes were...
Why is it...
They were when we were there. That was in the fall.
But why call it mooncake if it's...
The moon is full multiple times a year.
But it's called the Lunar New Year. That's why they should have the mooncake. Why?
No.
It's... Why did... I'm a little mad about this. Listen, y'all should be eating mooncakes if it's Lunar New Year's. Why can't you have mooncakes multiple times? Have them multiple times a year. There's always a good time for... That's the slogan for mooncake. It's always a good time for mooncake. Anyway. Fawcett. That was Fawcett's song, and it also says, my family and I are planning a feast for tonight, but it will not be as large as usual since most of the family is away. I hope that you enjoy Lunar New Year's, and I guess that you will not be enjoying mooncake, as mooncake is for September. Why not call it September cake?
Oh my gosh.
Also, I could not remember mooncake, which is funny because literally it's moon.
You just
I knew that it had something to do with moon because my brain was like, the cake, but then I remembered cake egg. That's a good point, Satsy. Why do they call it Harvest Moon when you don't harvest the moon? You never even get to space. That game is a lie. Where was I? There any bits from Shinoth. He says, spot the fake Pokemon name out of these. Gotharita, Grimborg, Quillfish, and Cramorant. Cramorant's real. It's a crab. I don't know that, but I feel like I've seen that. Cramorant is real. Quillfish is a good name, so I'm gonna say that's real. Grimborg and Gotharita. Gotharita is real. That is that's a goth Pokemon. It's a goth plant. It's a plant that is goth. And then Grimborg's not real. Grimborg is the name of a 80s robot detective. So yeah, Grimborg is not real. Is that right?
Yes.
Cool. Frosty says, I'm a goth Pokemon. Agreed. 500 bits from Mr. Gameboy says, side note, it is the year of the ox. That's strangely relevant because we've been watching Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
Love that. Cramorant is a bird, not a crab. What's the difference really between a crab and a bird? One flies on the beach, one flies in the air. That's about it. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, we will be playing Bowser's Fury. We'll also be having dinner. I do believe that'll be part of the stream. It'll kind of be a mixture of gameplay and also just chatting. It should be fun. And that's about it. That's about it. I'm gonna wrap up today. Stay tuned on Stephen Plays or StephenVlog. I'll try and
for vlogs, and Stephen Plays for Imagine Babies.
For Imagine Babies. Oh, and one more thing. Today's the first episode of Mission Mode.
Yep.
The first episode of Mission Mode made me mad. I haven't been that mad.
That's this one. That's right.
I haven't been that mad at Pikmin in a long time. I was pretty mad. Can't wait for all of you to see it. Very upset. All right. Thank you all. Thanks for helping with the lights too, because I get you. It was. I think maybe it was too warm. Maybe it was too warm. See you tomorrow night. At what time? 8 p.m. Eastern.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. I almost said breakfast stream.
No, Breath of the Wild.
That's the one that's happening right now.